What's up guys, Drop Monita here today, and today I'm going to be making a review on if you should get coilovers or not and my experience with them. So as you guys can see, compared to other videos, my car is like a bit of a different stance. It has that old school muscle car look where the rear is raised and the front is lowered, but even then the rear is still lowered a bit. People have been telling me if I can't lower the rear, and I would lower it, but I like the look of it, and I plan on getting a drag pack, so those tires tend to have like a pretty big sidewall and I don't want the fender to cut into it, so that's another reason. But even then it's not too bad. As you can see, the front end is pretty low. I do want to raise it just a little bit because I feel like because of how low it is, the ride quality is it's kind of hurting in that aspect. So if I raise it just a tiny bit, I feel like it would be good, and that way I don't got to worry about scraping. But it would be just like very minimal. You probably wouldn't be able to notice, but I'm pretty sure with just that little adjustment it would be a lot better. So the coilovers I got are the BC Racing coilovers, and I think they're the BR series. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's those. I know they're BC Racing, that's it. I bought them used from some guy, brand new. They're like around $1,200 with taxes. I got them for like $650, $700. I don't remember. It was a pretty good deal though. The good thing about coils is that you can adjust the ride height. So that was honestly the big plus and the reason I wanted coils, because I had lowering springs and they didn't lower it as much as I wanted. So I was like, well, I might as well see if I can get coilovers like on a good deal or something. So that way, if I ever want to, I can always go lower, go higher, depending on like what I might need. As of now, this is the ride height. Granted, I did not adjust the ride height. The way the guy gave them to me is the way I put them on. I didn't adjust anything. However, I do want to adjust the front, like I said, because it is pretty low. With the BC Racing coilovers, you have 32 clicks of adjustment, and you mainly feel it if you go from very extreme like stiffest setting to like the softest setting. Other than that, they provide pretty good handling compared to my lowering springs, and even then, and I mean they weren't too bad, but you know, coilovers, they're just meant for handling, you know. I mainly just got them because of the looks, I'll be honest, and being able to adjust the softness and the stiffness was like a really big plus too. I have like one gripe with the coilovers, and I always see memes about how they tend to ride like pretty bad, like a pretty harsh ride quality. And so when I first got them, I decided I'll just put it on the stiffest setting just to see how it is. And I got these installed like in Stockton, and I live in the Bay Area, and so the ride, like the road from Stockton to the Bay Area, is pretty ass. Like the roads are not nice, and honestly, it wasn't too bad on the freeway or anything. I didn't have any problems. I was like, damn, it's not as bad as people say. So when I get to where I live, in the community where I live, there's a bunch of speed bumps. And so what happened was that, so usually I go over the speed bumps, like I don't take them like crazy fast, but I don't stop like most people do. And so this time I was going slow over the speed bumps because there was a car ahead of me. And not usually I would have just gone over it like normally, I wouldn't have slowed down. And since I had the car on the softest setting, when the front of my car hit the speed bump, honestly, that was some of the roughest bump I've ever felt. I felt like I needed to go to the chiropractor after that, because I felt like my whole spine got out of alignment. Like it was pretty rough. And what I noticed is that even when I adjusted it to being like on the softest setting, even going over speed bumps still feels like that. It still feels rough. Like it feels like the whole front end bounces. Like I'm not sure if you guys know what I mean, but it feels like the tire is hitting like the frame of the car, like it feels like it's hitting this part, and so you really feel it. It feels rough. But here's the thing, you only feel it like that when you hit a pothole or speed bump. If the road you're on is nice, you can ride it on the stiffest setting, you won't feel anything. But it's only with like speed bumps and potholes that you really feel it. So if you live in a nice area, you don't really gotta worry. But here in San Jose, the roads are shit. It's always like you'll be in a nice area and then you'll go to a bad area. So it's like, you know, you just gotta be careful. Now, would I recommend coils? I say it's like 50-50. If you don't mind the ride quality, that at sometimes it can be pretty stiff, then yeah, get them, because you can adjust the ride height anyways. And that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm pretty sure if I raise it just a little bit, the ride quality won't be too harsh. But you know, I've learned to live with it at this point. But if you're someone that wants like comfort, I do not recommend coilovers. I say just like get some lowering springs or something. Shouldn't be too bad. Because when I was on lowering springs, I could take those speed bumps and potholes like nothing. I wasn't really worried about feeling like my whole body was hurting afterwards. So if you want the handling, I don't care about the ride quality, I say get them. Especially if you can get them used at a good price and you just want something that looks nice. You know, you're like a car show guy and all that, and then I say go for them. But yeah, for me, I say it's kind of like 50-50. Like I kind of do miss my lowering springs, because I could just take potholes and speed bumps and not have to worry. Like there was no, like the ride quality was pretty soft. It wasn't too bad. Sorry for the wind noise, guys. It's starting to get windy all of a sudden. Always when I'm starting to record. But at the same time, I do like the coilovers because, like I said, you can adjust it. You can adjust the height and you can adjust the softness. Right now, I'm currently riding on the softest setting because, you know, this is my daily driver, so I got to hit those speed bumps every day, and I just don't feel like dealing with the harshness. But other than that, it's okay. I think for the price, that's what made them worth it for me. The handling is good too. I do sometimes go on like back roads and all that. I don't really do a lot of racing no more because, you know, it's a lot of ego at the end of the day nowadays. So I like to just be on my own and hit little cruises, and that it's fun. Even on this setting though, I don't even scrape my tires do not scrape at all, thankfully. The one bad experience I did have, and I showed it in the previous video, was when I hit that massive pothole and the inner fender liner came out on the driver's side. That's really been the only bad experience I had. But yeah, overall, if I had to give like the coilovers like a score out of 10 out of like ride quality, adjustability, and handling, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10. And it's mainly just because the ride quality is not as nice as I would like it to be, even on the softest setting. But everything else is pretty good. I mean, like I said, if you don't care about ride quality, then fuck it, go for them. But if you do, then this probably isn't for you. You should just stick to lowering springs. I can't say anything about bags because I don't know how they ride. But yeah, that's just how I feel on these BC Racing coilovers. Who knows, maybe if I got a different set of coilovers, the ride quality would be nicer. But on these, that's how it is. You know, the reviews I see on like BC Racing coilovers, like on forums, some people are like half and half. Some people like them, some people don't. I mean, I got them for a good price, so I'm really not gonna complain too much. But yeah, that's what I gave them, a 7.5 out of 10. At the end of the day, I mainly just got them for the looks of it, so I like the way it looks, so I'll deal with it for now. Either way, in the future, I plan on changing and getting rid of like the coilovers, because I will be focusing more on like a drag strip setup, so I will have to get rid of them. But for now, I'm gonna just enjoy them. But yeah, guys, so that's my little review on the BC Racing coilovers, and thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.